Welcome back, Super Friends. What's the hubbub? In this edition, we look at new Superman spots and tackle many of the associated criticism and false narratives constantly churned out by the haters and the cult.
It's the sort of thing that one could feel a little embarrassed about, getting excited about a movie, getting excited about a superhero movie, but that, I think, is the example that Superman sets for us, which is that you shouldn't be embarrassed to be enthusiastic and be hopeful and be excited and to share that, because the reality is, even if there's 1 or 2 or 3% of the people around you who poo-poo you and say, oh, it's so, you're wearing trunks on the outside, like, who are you? The rest of the people are privately feeling a little bit of excitement, wearing their own, wanting to wear their trunks, and they don't feel like they have permission yet to get excited. Yeah. And I think the feeling of this movie is, don't be ashamed to get excited about what you're excited about. Be excited, share it, give other people permission to feel that excitement and that hope, and to enjoy a great adventure at the movies, which I think
we have to stop. Lex,
ready?
Let's do it.
July 11th. Summer is
Buckle up.
looking up.
You have a dog.
Rated PG-13. Everywhere July 11th.
You were out there helping them?
I thought I was. I was sent here to serve the people of Earth and to help the world to be a better place. That's why I do what I do.
Rated PG-13. Everywhere July 11th.
Superman, I'll destroy you.
Your obsession with me is getting a little creepy. Hey, buddy, eyes up here.
Rated PG-13. In theaters everywhere July 11th.
You keep getting all these interviews with Superman. Eventually, people are gonna figure it out.
But the glasses.
Superman, I'm gonna take everything from you.
Good luck with that.
Rated PG-13. Everywhere July 11th.
Superman's not a man. He's an it. A thing, a stupid outfit, and a cocky grin that somehow become the focal point of the entire world. I will destroy him.
Your obsession with me is getting a little creepy.
Superman.
Great guy. Hey, buddy, eyes up here.
Rated PG-13. July 11th.
The idea that Superman is weak or powerless because Gunn wants him to feel humanity more is ridiculous. When he refers to lowering powers, we are talking in a Silver Age comparison. If you aren't familiar with that era, Silver Age Superman is known for his extreme power levels, often described as being able to shatter planets with his strikes. This era of Superman is often considered the most powerful version, with his powers seemingly reaching near omnipotent levels. If you're saying directly it means he is weaker than Snyder's Superman, I have a question for you. Why was holding up an oil rig such a struggle that his Snyder Man passed out from the rescue? This Superman has stronger villains to deal with.
Get that last guy loaded! We have got to go!
Hey, let's go! What are you doing?
When Kansas became a territory. Clark. Are you listening, Clark? I asked if you could tell me who first settled Kansas.
The thing about trailers in general is they are covering what they think will excite a crowd. And this could be the few moments he acts like that, all shown without context. Other times, we may see Superman and Clark just holding it in till the moment boils over. Yes, if the context of Clark proclaiming, I love, I get scared, but that's being human. That's my greatest strength, is in the setting of a confrontation where he's discovered Lex is responsible for bad deeds that interfered or caused deaths. We will see more emotion from Superman. He values life above all else. That said, it's still a risk on characterization. It's a working class Superman who lives amongst humans. He grows up as one of them, yet isn't one. It's like Superman, the animated series, power levels and almost a level of early career Superman from Smallville. Transitioning through Metropolis and settling as the prime hero, we know. It skips a direct standard origin, but in some ways is still the closing of his start out as Superman. Unfortunately, some of you that lean into hate
You know, it belonged to Alexander the Great. They say the design symbolizes strength and courage.
Can't exactly see myself going into battle with that on my chest.
are incapable of processing such things. You are even so paranoid and conspiracy-driven, you think Gunn set up the recent Snyder Bros post reply. The cult post was already gaining traction and passed around everywhere. That's why it was so visible from shared, and he took time to reply to it. No, he's not going to go so far as to set up a fake post to counter. He has more important things to do, like run an active verse, while you squabble over a dead verse. This isn't even new behavior for the cult. Snyder Bros review bombed Godzilla vs. Kong before because it was within a week of Zack Snyder's Justice League release. Gunn fans have no review bomb or boycott movements. They may watch Superman more, but will likely turn out for Jurassic World Rebirth and F4 the same. Difference between fans and a cult. They also have gone after Black Adam and Henry Cavill for appearing in a non-Snyder movie with a cameo, daring to continue as Superman without Zack. They've gone on to threaten the likes of David Ayer and once again go after Jason Momoa for being a working actor who dreamed of playing Lobo. The DCEU was dead, and he took Gunn's call to join the DCU. That kills you, because it's all just a win or loss column, isn't it? You don't care about comics. You may not even really care about Zack Snyder. You care about being in a movement or cult and winning. You spend more time online talking against the new Superman movie than you do supporting things that you like. That's pretty much the definition of being a hater. I spend my time optimistic about where things may go with the DCU. However, I see so much misinformation and rumor-driven stories without facts. I've got to clear the record for normies and fans alike, at least presenting counter-arguments, as you all just feed into inaccurate rumors as facts. In terms of the outlook, now the narrative is low-end, represents a new trend and towards failure. I've seen comments it's going to crash to a 60 million opening, stupidly falls the long tracking versus short tracking box office.
Buddy, eyes up here.
He kicked Superman's butt.
He didn't completely kick Superman's butt.
Superman is the most powerful being on Earth.
With a cocky grin and a stupid outfit.
I will destroy him.
Crypto! You brought that dog, man!
Rated PG-13.
Is what's going on. This is common, as a viewer of my channel pointed out from Mr. H Studios, commonly do long verse short tracking.
I'm not saying it's a good movie. I'm not saying it's going to be good. I just don't see it. I just don't see the negativity that people are seeing. I think ultimately this movie will do okay opening weekend. I mean, I think a movie that opens to, in this current climate, I think any movie domestically, obviously budget matters, but I think any movie that opens to over $100 million domestic in this current climate is not bad. Again, that's discounting any budget, for profit and loss. I think this movie will have good word of mouth, but who knows? We'll see. We'll see. And this could come back and bite me on the arse. Just bearing in mind, this is not a hill I'm dying on. I don't care. I'm not trying to make a proclamation. I'm just trying to assess that every movie at the moment has had long-range tracking higher, short-range tracking lower, and then they open and say, oh, it smashed expectations. That is a pattern. You know, patterns are there for a reason. You recognise them so you can predict stuff. It's very predictable. So I don't think this is going to be the bomb that people are saying it's going to be. I think with the current climate of movies, people go out, you know, if there's good word of mouth or for recognisable IPs. And I think this has at least one of them going for it. It's a recognisable IP. Anyway, and also it's in a landscape of like nothing else coming out really. But bearing in mind, and I'll end on this note, if this does bomb, Fantastic Four First Steps will bomb as well. And then at that point we'll see the end of the comic book movie biz. Not the absolute end, but we'll see the end for a while. Certainly the domination of the movie theatres by them, yes. Because I think that will indicate that comic book movies are dead.
Lowering the expectation that way, and when it outperforms the low end, they come back to claim their triumphant victory. This is a common practice. Based on this low range, I'm confident to say it will do well over the 100 million opening. I'm not even a proponent of the idea of it as a $1 billion movie.
I've seen worse.
That's actually more of a Snyder cult claim at this point. So putting it higher than needed, they will claim flop. You incels claim $1 billion, not me or a majority of fans even. Where reasonable fans understand the challenges, the DCU and Superman are trying to overcome a DCEU verse that died badly and consumers lost faith in DC movies out of the superhero boom that Man of Steel enjoyed off of Avengers. $1 billion output is over. The last 2 Marvel movies didn't even average 400 million worldwide. I'm not sure Fantastic Four will all of a sudden be some massive hit. Even with the Marvel name, streaming now is quick off of theater runs. Movies went from 100 plus days to build revenue to less than 45 days in theater at times. This makes the inflation argument pathetic, actually, when Snyder had double or more the days in theaters and didn't contend with streaming world and down superhero market back then. Honestly, Batman vs. Superman, the rush to catch up with Marvel did underperform. If a good movie in those superhero boom days, it should have done $1 billion to $1.5 billion. You can't stupidly apply doing 800s as successful for its position in market then to apply to times now. Again, we are now in times of Marvel doing less than 400 million worldwide. Recently, on a well-reviewed movie, massively different times should have massively different expectations. With the Snyder stans and Gunn haters decimated in this hubbub edition, keep your eyes to the skies. Look up, not back. Take care of yourselves and others.